Hello, they can hear us now. Okay, cool. Thanks for your input, Mike.
Hi,
sorry,
chat.
Watching
Hi,
Harrison Ford
Chad.
cry. Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. A little bit.
Oh, you literally tweeted, lol, this sucks.
It does.
No, I'm on the wrong Discord. I was like, where is all the links I need? Okay, I'm back. I see chat now.
I kind of like this
We'll
version of
talk
Super
about
Mario
it, and I'll
Brothers 2.
yell at you why you're wrong, you idiot.
Well, I mean,
Don't worry.
I always thought they're bad, but now I kind of think it's novel in the ways that they're bad.
God,
all right, okay.
We'll talk about
Jesus,
it.
all right. You act like it murdered your family.
Wow.
It's gonna be another
It's
thing,
getting-
just like Cody Rhodes losing at WrestleMania, where 6 months from now he'd be like, actually, Mike was right.
Well, you were only right because WWE is very bad. But...
I don't trust.
that's what. Well, yes, that's why I made my informed decision that I
yeah, but
did.
if they were
gonna...
if they were good like me with my ideas, it would be good.
Yeah, imagine that.
All right, everybody, hang on. We're gonna get started here in a
I
second.
don't trust people that doesn't like Kill Bill. Sorry.
Yeah, that is insane.
Is that people? I mean, I know some people like that movie. You guys care that much about Kill Bill? It's just the person just
I
goes
love
around and
Kill
kills
Bill.
people. He
Nope.
kills that one person like in front of her daughter.
Oh.
It's weird.
It's called Kill Bill.
Isn't that? Did that not? That wasn't weird to you? It's like, oh, honey, you're home from school, and it's like a joke. And she like murders him. It's like, haha. I guess that person doesn't have a
It's
mother
a
anymore.
movie about revenge, motherfucker. What are you?
Yeah,
what are you
literally
talking
the
about?
least interesting topic for a story.
Isn't that why you guys shit on
What?
Last of Us 2 all the time?
Yeah,
No,
because
it's,
it's
not.
the
That is
stupid.
not. I don't care about that.
It is part of it.
But
And to be clear, like
but
that
The
is
Last of
also
Us
going to
2
be
is
the plot.
bad. Kill Bill
Well,
is good.
Okay, I think I'd rather play Last of Us Part 2 than watch Kill Bill.
Okay, we need to
No,
get this
yes.
man. We
Kill
need
Bill
to
Part
cut
2
this
is very
mic.
good.
Shut
Kill Bill
up.
Part 1 is
Stop.
I never
mostly
saw
what you're
Part
talking
2.
about. Oh, okay.
And
Well, there you go.
Because I hated 1. Why would I watch 2?
It's very different.
That's fair.
They're pretty.
Is it an actual movie with like a storyline and like?
Yes.
Jesus, Mike.
Christian,
What?
Christian, there's a
Yeah.
little black gap at the bottom there. I don't know if that's the. It looks
Ooh,
like it could
what
be
the
the
fuck?
thing's fault. I don't know. It's what? It's not a big deal.
I can-
Okay. If you
let me see if I
could
can
play around with it and
fix
see what you could do. Okay. Let's see. I think we're actually. God damn it! All right, give me a second. Sorry, everybody. New computer troubles. Just getting things set up.
New computer troubles.
Can't handle all that power.
Mad at me?
Cannot handle
Really? You guys really want to come at me? Look, there's a lot of things I'm like, I don't know. Music, I don't know. Kill Bill. Give me a break.
1920 by 1080.
It's not even like Tarantino's made so many better movies than that. That would really make Kill Bill's one.
Music, I don't know, huh? From
Yeah, I don't-
one guy known for like playing a tin whistle and has a piano is
Oh, that's why I play video game
How
bullshit.
about that?
I mean,
Oh,
a popular music I don't know is what I mean.
Popular music's overrated. Hey, there it is. Haven't heard it in a while.
Not gonna lie, I like Kill Bill. I won't die for it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay. He doesn't
I'm
like
like,
it.
it's okay, Mike. If you don't
Whatever.
like it, I was like, it was a bit.
Yeah, I know it's a bit.
but I think
There
it's a
it is.
good movie. It's a good time, at least.
Hear that?
Yep, that was good.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Hey.
Oh, I can see.
There
I
you go.
can
First
see
few
the.
notes
I
of
can
Tears
see
of
the
Kingdom
rock.
theme for you.
I can see the rock falling, and then.
Mike was really
I
likes
climb it.
Bill.
Man,
The
have we really
Hateful
had
Eight
the
is
same music
okay.
since 2018?
Can't believe I had to freaking defend Lord of the
The,
Rings.
the hateful,
Yeah.
the Western
Sounds
one,
right.
that's all right. It's not
It's
as
great.
bad as people's.
It's
I didn't
awesome.
see
I
People
love
is
it.
like,
Yet.
You just got to
I
drink
like
whiskey
it,
while you're watching it.
but
It
Now,
helps.
I mean, I am still a baby. Like, I could tell Inglourious Basterds is a good movie, but like, I'm just too much of a baby for it.
I love I love.
And to be clear, not the Nazis. I don't care about the killing the Nazis. I get like really
Oh,
weirded
I
out
love
about
that
like,
one.
yeah,
I
sure,
do
but
like
like,
when Nazis get killed. So that's
yeah,
up
sure, I
my
like
alley.
that. Then there's like some waitress and like the bard. She just also gets gunned down. I'm like, well, now I feel bad.
Oh
And
well,
there's that
that's just,
shark,
that's just
and man,
Tarantino.
fuck that shark.
I don't like sharks. What did I do, Andreas? What did I do? What did I drop on you now? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood ruled. That's probably my favorite. I don't know if that's considered a hot take. So
Yeah,
just,
that
like,
was
his
pretty
newest
good.
one, but it was great.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's a great.
Oh, Kill Bill. Sorry. Look, maybe I have. Look, trust me. You guys get my movie taste. They're a little
Hello, test.
specific.
Yeah.
Specific.
Tarantino is all right. When he hits hard.
Yep. And I didn't like
That's a
Kill
good
Bill
way
that
to
much
put it.
after Kill Bill Volume 1, and I really liked it after Volume 2.
and
So I get it.
yeah.
If you hadn't seen Volume 2, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's weird because a lot of people had like Tarantino, and if you ask like 10 people, they might give you like 10 different answers of their favorite Tarantino movie, which is like that's actually pretty cool.
He's only made like 10 movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Also.
Okay.
Well, he said I'm just
just
gonna
sign
make
this
10
NDA
movies.
real quick. All right. Thank you, Jim Ryan. Just joking.
Oh.
Just joking, everybody.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh no.
it's not joking. He's saying the truth.
Let's
Every
see.
joke has a little bit of truth in it.
Yes, the truth is I did just sign an NDA, but for what? All right.
I mean, tell us. Does it have a grace period where you like
I already signed. Too bad. Okay.
you can tell people before you sign it and then you sign it?
Yeah, unsign it. Tell us what it is and then sign it.
Delete it? Yeah.
Okie doke. All right. I think we're ready. Do you guys hear this?
Yes, we do hear that.
Is it coming through without any problem?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, is it
I
still
got an email.
playing?
No, I stopped it just there.
You stopped it. I
No,
heard it, yeah.
we're here.
I think it was fine.
Okay.
was fine,
All right. Mike, you ready?
Yeah, let me just
Yeah, I'm gonna check it off. It's
say
great.
that's a
I
no.
love it.
it is. I just got distracted by a work email.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm good though.
Okay.
I'm ready for real.
All right, I'm gonna count us in. I'm gonna count us in.
Oh wait, I haven't tweeted.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'll
tweet?
do it once for live.
Just do it now while I tweet. But I do it live. Just do it
Say
now.
what again, motherfucker?
All right.
You hate tweeting. Like I can put it off for 5 more seconds. I will.
That's everything. I'm putting everything
Yeah.
off.
I was gonna say Mike's spicy today, but then I remembered what happened earlier
Yeah.
today.
Look, Roman Mix put
yeah,
me in a
he's-
mood for the rest of the day for sure.
But you overcome. You should be proud of yourself. You overcome like a huge, like a barrier for you.
Yeah.
It's true,
the mages
adversity.
and shit.
Yeah.
Check Royal Mitch
Ugh.
on giantbomb.com. A site about video games.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we saw Greg. We're going to talk about it at the top of the show.
Nukes.ru.
All right. No link in the tweaks, and apparently no one sees it.
Are you happy that I didn't send you Destiny lore yesterday and today?
No, I missed it. I want to
And
back.
it's coming back tomorrow, baby,
All right, let's
because I
fucking
was
go.
kind of in bed.
All right.
It's gonna be an extra long one. Okay,
I'm gonna
let's start
count
the
us
show.
in.
Bye.
5, 4, 3. It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game That Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of video games, so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb. With me is.
Mike Minotti. He's like too loud, apparently.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to fix it. I'm working on it. It's happening.
First podcast.
It's like I tried to find the right music because I switched to a new computer and I thought this was right, but it went a little bit too long. Oh well, I got it turned down eventually. In today's episode, PlayStation Showcase of Mortal Kombat 1. In the meantime, Mike, how are you doing?
Good. I'm good, but it's been weird.
You're in a
It's
fucking
been
mood,
weird.
Mike. Just say
I
it. Let's
am.
get it over with. Come on. What is your deal?
I mean, I feel good, but I'm definitely in a mood. Well, you keep doing stupid things. I get mad at you. That's like completely different
yeah, but
from
that's normal.
the good stuff in my life. Nah, you're out of control. Like the
Okay,
fact that
no
you
one's
are
gonna
like
stop
happy
me.
about these NSO games that we'll talk about. That's just
I don't know if I'm
wrong.
happy. I'm a
You
little
sounded
happy.
pretty
You know
happy.
what it is? We were watching YouTube videos today because Addie decided her favorite song is the Super Mario World theme. And then we started like looking up different Mario music on YouTube, and someone was just playing through Super Mario Advanced, so whichever one to Super Mario Brothers 2. And we were watching that, and I'm like, this dumb thing. And then I'm like, hey, now it's out today. I could just play that dumb thing. That's all it is.
Yeah. You know that you could play Mario 2 2 other ways on NSO
Yep.
already.
Yeah, no, I know that.
And look, I was like, okay, so let's just get into it then. Yeah, Nintendo, right before we went live, dropped that it's just released 3 new Game Boy Advance games for Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. It's Super Mario Advance, which is Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Advance 2, which is Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 3, which is Yoshi's Island. Regular Super Mario Advance I can almost give you, because that one is like actually a substantial upgrade from that, NES game. It's probably even better than the Mario All-Stars version, whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Yoshi's Island and Super Mario World on Game Boy Advance are just worse versions of those Super Nintendo games that we already have on NSO. It's completely unnecessary. And look, if they just wanted to add them, whatever. But this is a zero-sum game. We know we are getting these instead of other things for like months now. So like, who knows when we're gonna come back around and finally get, Fire Emblem, a Golden Sun, Wario, or
this was not. These were
Government
not
Astro.
announced as part of
No.
the original thing. So I mean, is there a chance that we don't know. I don't even want to fucking entertain the idea that we're gonna get more stuff soon. Let's not
I don't
pretend that this
know.
is Nintendo being rational.
No, like maybe I could say, oh, they're doing this because the Mario movie just came out digitally. I don't think so. I
mean,
think it just
maybe like, any Mario stuff is probably like they think is a good thing, and this is in addition to stuff like Golden Sun that's been announced and hasn't come out yet.
like to have Golden Sun. Well, look, but I'm not gonna play Golden Sun now. Yeah, you know what? Put these out while everyone's playing Zelda, I guess. And look, at least they're getting it out of the way, because of course they were gonna add these, but it is like these are.
And I think it's better than them spreading these 3 out over a couple.
Yes,
like,
you're right.
we just got them all at once. They're out of the way.
True. Fine. Yeah, great. They're out of the way. That's the best. That's the best thing I could say about them, Jeff. They got them out of the way.
I'm sorry that Nintendo has personally
It's just so weird.
personally harmed you in this action they've taken tonight. Are you going to be okay? Are you going to recover?
There's a lot of weird. A lot of people are unannouncing things, and it's just putting me off. Like Overwatch 2 is unannouncing PvE, or like at least like the full scope of it. Disney is like unannouncing. It's like campus and canceling its Star Wars hotel. I'm just like figuring out what's going on here. The vibes are all off.
The vibes are bad. We need a vibe shift.
I mean, I feel okay, to be clear. I'm doing great. But the vibes are, well, I'm kind
you keep
of
saying
also,
it. Every time you say it, I believe it less and less.
You know what? You know what? It is really busy at work. Maybe I'm stressed out because we're doing this special issue, which is like these special stories
you got
we have
special
to do.
issues, all right.
And then we have that we're doing our conference next week, which at least I'm not traveling to, but it's very busy. And then there's all this planning, all these emails for Summer Game Fest already. So yeah, maybe I'm just, I gotta find a break after all this.
You got to make time for Gollum. Beefhammer's right. Gollum's coming out soon, and the world's gonna be perfect after that.
You're gonna like defend Gollum again. I can't wait for you. Remember, you used to defend
Gollum.
Redfall.
I've not played Gollum. I defended Redfall. What I was skeptical about. I was like, I want to play it.
Pegged right away. I had it pegged right away. I was very beginning.
But you don't care about a lot of games. Like, yeah, I get it. Gollum's gonna be bad, but
I care about more games than you do.
I really don't know how you quantify that. I really don't. I'm like doing the math in my head. I'm like, wait, this is an insane thing. What am I doing? Fucking hate this
I'm in
show
a great
so
mood. I know
much.
what you're talking about. Let's fucking go.
You're like, this game looks boring to me, and it turns out it's boring. It's like, I'm a genius. What's the word? Nostradamus. There we go. Nostradamus. There we go. There you go.
Do you think I talked about semen and poop too much on the voicemail dump truck today?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what the people pay for, so.
Okay. Might have to pull it back next time. We'll see.
Yeah, you're going to be a sweet little angel next time, I'm sure. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. You get more from Mike and me by joining the Discord at GameS.net. Give us a good rating wherever you're listening, and hit that like button on YouTube, please. If you want to ask a question, you could drop a super chat during the show on YouTube. We'll read them all before the end of the show. Thank you to Carlos Ain, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube, for the use of our theme songs. Thank you to One Up vs. CPU for our artwork. You can find more at oneupvscpu.com. He did this nice Tears of the Kingdom artwork around us.
We're going to get him to do a Super Metroid one.
I'm going to ask him to do a Super Metroid one. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. We decided it was the best game ever, so
we need a Super Metroid. That's going to look good.
It can still have the Game Boy Advance sidebar thing. That's okay.
Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's going to look good, though. We are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to our mods. Support us.
Who put that AKA Kill Bill hater thing down? I mean, it's accurate, but that's fine.
I have no idea. Support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our private channels inside the Discord, the monthly Q&A, 1 month early access to our Jeopardy games, participation in our monthly game club discussions, and of course, all of our shows ad-free.
It's Christian.
All right, Mike.
Shit.
There's a PlayStation Showcase next week. Who would have guessed?
There is. Yeah. Hey, by the way, people are like, Jeff Grubb, he's always wrong. He never, barely ever is. Even like the last two things people got mad at him about, he wasn't wrong about. It was just like worded unkindly, basically. And now, so you're right about this. Also, like years ago, you were talking about how NetherRealm was doing a Mortal Kombat instead of an
2021
Injustice.
is like that story. I first started said that story, and it's like, hey, finally. But no one's going to remember that. That's fine.
I do like the people who said the week of the 25th the whole time, and some people are like, it came on the 24th. Guess
Which is
wrong.
the 25th in many places, including Japan.
Well, also, it is just the week of the 25th.
Of course, but it's just the week of the 25th, which is always what I was just trying to say. I'm like, I'll just narrow it down to the week, but God.
Man, Jeff, you're in such a mood today.
Oh my God, I fucking... Hey, what do you think's going to happen in this PlayStation Showcase?
Yeah, I think it's going to be big. It's kind of what I'm expecting. I think that it's been a while since we've really heard too much from them. They've released, they released God of War a bit ago, and time has passed since then. We know Spider-Man 2 is coming, and it'll be a big deal, and it'll be there. They'll probably still have some stuff for Final Fantasy 16, even though I think a lot of us have kind of seen enough of that game. They're still marketing it like crazy, so that will be there. I think we're going to get some announcements, though. We're going to hear about some new stuff finally, and some things we haven't seen very much of, like Wolverine, like maybe Final Fantasy 7 Remake 2, whatever that's called, like Factions, the Naughty Dog thing. Those all seem like borderline locks, right?
Yeah, I think so. All those are kind of almost certainly going to be there. There's a handful of other things that like, oh yeah, but I can't. I kept the list in my brain, and now I've lost most.
I got a list. I can help.
Yeah, what do you got there?
Well, Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake is one that's been rumored for so long,
and that's almost certainly going to be there.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting. Again, I want to help Jeff right now. He doesn't know, but we are speculating, and it seems very possible that could finally show up there. I certainly hope so. I think that Ghost of Tsushima 2 could probably at least get announced here. It's probably been longer since people realized since that came out. I mean, I guess it was technically like the same year as Last of Us Part 2 when I do think about it. Maybe it wasn't long enough, but even still, Naughty Dog's been busy with Factions and the Last of Us 1 remake and all of that stuff. So I think, over at Sucker Punch, they were able to just go straight into a Ghost of Tsushima 2. Again, I don't think we'll see much, but maybe we'll get that announced.
What do you think? You think Ben's making Siphon Filter?
No. I think
they put out like 50 Siphon Filter games on PlayStation Now or whatever it was.
Because they made 50 Siphon Filter games for the PlayStation Portable, so they're like, all right, I guess we may as well. That it is interesting, the series that just do kind of disappear, like Siphon Filter. I mean, really so many of
those PlayStation 1 generation games series disappeared. Like they kind of like reset things on PS2, and it's been that ever since. And like, what does continue for PlayStation? It's Gran Turismo, and anything else?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Crash is still kind of around,
but that's
not a Sony thing.
That's a Microsoft property now.
Yeah, you're right. Well, maybe it is. Yeah, you're right. It is real weird how the lack of continuity, even with PlayStation 2, like aside from God of War, there's not that much.
No, you're right.
Continuity.
Definitely. It's strange, but I get it's worked out for them. The stuff that they've reinvested in, they've always sort of taking things to the next level as they've had like Insomniac move on from one thing to the next. Things kind of keep getting bigger for them. So it makes sense. And, Naughty Dog as well. And Sucker Punch, like all these studios, that's worked out well for them.
Yeah.
So Sucker Punch, that is
that's the Tsushima.
Right. And I think you're right.
If anything, we'll see that. Ben Studio, I don't know. I wonder if they're the ones working on an Uncharted remake or something, or if it's somebody else. I wonder if we hear something about that. I think we'll certainly get more Mortal Kombat 1 stuff. We got that CG announcement. We'll talk about that later. I bet we'll see like gameplay reveal.
Either at this or at Summer Game Fest, but I think it's more likely for PlayStation.
Yeah, maybe both even. What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? You're right. Certainly, it does seem like it's everywhere. It's not like the PlayStation's getting the beta early or anything like that. So yeah, who knows? Maybe both.
Yeah, I sure would like to see Team Asobi's new Astro game. I sure would like to have it. I sure would like it to be. I wouldn't mind if it's VR, but I would like it to not require VR.
Yeah, so they said that the showcase is going to be more than an hour, and it will have PS5 stuff and PSVR 2, which, if you notice, no PS4. So it looks like they finally won't be announcing anything that's coming to PS4 as well. But PSVR 2, how much time on Kind of Funny, they did over under. What's your over under on? Let's say I'm gonna put the over under at 3.5 games. Are there more or less than 3.5 games for PSVR 2 at this showcase?
Oh, I don't think there's over. I mean, it's weird. Like I want to say, oh, maybe they can finally come out and say, hey, here is that Team Asobi game, and look, Half-Life Alyx is coming to PSVR 2. I feel like it's just going to be lip service, and that whole thing is going to continue to just slowly fade away.
I'm gonna do a poll right now. Over under. I know a lot of our young audience doesn't understand over under, but I'm just gonna do it anyhow.
I kind of don't understand it sometimes, but I think I get it.
It's just more or less. That's all. Will there be more or less than 3.5 PSVR 2 games at the showcase? I want to say fewer, but that doesn't sound right for that phrasing. Okay, that vote is live now. Everyone can get their guesses in. Okay, these newer studios, how do we even venture a guess? I guess instead of like going through each studio that's new, is there anything that's going to come back from the past? I know a popular one for a lot of people is SOCOM. SOCOM just doesn't make any sense to me to bring back, but because it's like, if you bring it back, do you make it a third-person shooter? Is that really where that's going to work? I mean, you're going to go out there and compete with Fortnite, I guess, maybe, if it's more militaristic, but then you got to compete with Tom Clancy games, and I don't know. It just seems like a weird... And then if you make it a first-person, then why is it SOCOM? So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, I do associate third-person with Sony, that's for sure. I don't know. Like, there maybe is still some cachet. I think, like, that's one I know I care very little about SOCOM, and maybe it's just me. We've talked poorly about other third-person multiplayer shooters from that era, Jeff, that people seem to love. I don't know. I think there's maybe just enough cachet there with SOCOM that maybe you can bring it back, and maybe that could be one of your live service games. You can give it a try there. Well, why not? I wonder, if we're finally going to get Bloodborne on PlayStation 5, get that updated, get that running at 60 frames per second. Maybe they were able to kind of squeeze that out at some point here while From Software, at least that sort of main From team that's, they're working on DLC for Elden Ring, sure. And there's another team working on Armored Core, but maybe somebody over there was able to help get Bloodborne up to speed.
Yeah, I think that's a good... It's always a good guess. It never happens, but I still think it's a good guess. We'll see. I think it'd be... I mean, it's such a no-brainer, and yet it keeps not happening. But we're pretty far past Elden Ring now. And again, the thing I always heard was From wanting to be involved. Maybe they had enough time to be involved at this point. At least enough time to be involved where they could announce it and release it within, the next 6 months or something like that. That would be cool. Do you think we get anything from Uncharted?
Yeah, like I said earlier, maybe that's what Ben's up to. I don't know. Maybe that's what Bluepoint's up to. What the heck is Bluepoint up
right, that's
to?
I thought of that because I started thinking about Bluepoint. Like, do you think Bluepoint is that the studio that they tapped? Bluepoint wanted to make an original game. Are they doing an Uncharted? What is it, 5? That's kind of resets the series with the
spinoff.
Yeah, spinoff with like the daughter or something like that.
There's so many other characters. You can do Sam. You can do Chloe again. Just other people. I would like that. I like Uncharted. I'd be up for it. And it is like, even though like that last one had a slight air finality to it, we know it isn't probably going to be the last one forever. It's been a while now. Like, when did Uncharted? I think Uncharted 4 came out the same year as Overwatch 1, actually, because I remember like struggling for my game of the year, but went with Overwatch. It's surprising it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so it's 2016. Jeez, it's been that long since. It's been like
we're approaching. It's like racing towards 10 years. It's
8 years.
Yeah, but we're racing toward like it's going to be 10 years before Uncharted comes out, probably.
That's messed up. Oh, what about Twisted Metal?
Twisted Metal will be there. Thing? Yeah, Twisted Metal will definitely be there. What there was?
Now wait a second. Okay, you said it with such confidence and gusto, Jeff. I want to make sure you do you know something.
I don't know, but it's just like in terms of the show coming out and them having worked on this game for a while now, that I believe it'll be there. You're right. You're right. Thanks for catching
I'm
that.
helping you.
Yes, you're helping me. Let's see. People are confused. 3.5. There's no such thing as a half game. So if you think there's going to be 3 games or less, you say less. If you think there's going to be 4 games or more, you say more. 3.5 is in the middle of those two things. Guys, come on. It's all right.
We'll get there. We'll figure it out.
We're going to get through this together.
All right. So there'll be third-party partners for sure. You know what? We haven't seen. Well, no, there's no way Call of Duty will be at this. They'll do their own thing. What am I thinking anymore?
Well, Call of Duty has had like their single-player trailers pop up in PlayStation showcases before. I know. I think Call of Duty will be there because PlayStation has the co-marketing deal. I bet there's a PlayStation or a Call of Duty trailer.
But they haven't even announced the new Call of Duty yet.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't they announce it here?
Well, they also are trying to get bought by Microsoft right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they have the deal. The deal is the deal.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I guess it could still be like that. It just seems, it'll be a little weird. All right, third-party stuff. Do I have any hope for Ridge Racer, Jeff?
I really don't think so.
How about Final Fantasy IX Remake, or do you think they're way too busy with promoting 16?
I mean, they're gonna do 16, 7 Part 2, and 9 Remake. I mean, maybe it's Square Enix. They're buck wild over there, and Final Fantasy is their real one thing that they seem to bank on consistently because all the new stuff they keep trying does not hit, and due in large part to Square Enix's incompetence in marketing and more. But maybe, but I don't think so. I think it's 2 Final Fantasy games, if that. We get, and those would be obviously Final Fantasy 16 gets some presence here. That is going to be the next big game for them. Then Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 because 16 is coming up so fast. And right. Do you think that this is the showcase where they really do kind of try to set up the next several years, or do they kind of like look at the near term future? Because I think this is the kind of thing where we could get games that aren't going to come out until like 2026.
Yeah, if not even that far, I do think there's going to be some forward-looking stuff here because they do have to set up a lot of things for sure. It's not going to be as ridiculous as that year we first heard about Final Fantasy 7 Remake and things like that. But yeah, I think we are going to hear about like at least a 2025 game and stuff like that. I think that's going to be completely possible. Man, there's so much possible Square Enix stuff because like Kingdom Hearts 4 has also been announced. We haven't heard about that in a while, but it's like at a certain point, how much Square Enix stuff they're going to be. Square Enix could just do their own show at this point. They have so much stuff in the works to promote that could be shown.
But they also are so hand in hand with Sony that it also makes sense that they would have a lot of stuff here.
Dragon Quest 12, didn't even think about that. Yeah, so geez, there's a ton that Square Enix alone could do. Okay, so that's interesting. Where do we see Grand Theft Auto 6? That's got to be having its reveal soon. I think you saw it in Take-Two's earning reports where they're like the one financial year, they're like, we're expecting giant growth this year. It's like, geez, wonder why. It's coming.
I don't think it's impossible that we get a GTA 6 trailer at this thing. Rockstar and PlayStation have been pretty close. I
mean, that's the platform it's probably going to sell the most copies on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also the kind of thing where Sony probably does go out and try to make some sort of deal happen, not for exclusivity. That's
you don't think Keely's able to lock down Grand Theft Auto?
I don't think so. No,
I don't think so yet.
Yeah. So I'll put it at like a 10% chance. If that Rockstar logo pops up, though, I'm not going to bite immediately because it's probably going to be some GTA 5 online update.
They do that a lot. It's like, it's like, oh god, and like that like chubby guy shows up again. And
yes,
it's like, we're doing another heist.
Yes.
It's like, all right.
Right, exactly. So I'm not going to bite again. They did that. The last PlayStation showcase had that happen. I think that was what they opened with or whatever. So, yeah. I think expectations should be pretty high for this thing, though. I think all the stuff, all the speculation, it's going to get out of hand, and I think there's still a good chance that this thing could meet those expectations.
I mean, it should be. This is kind of their big summer showpiece here. I know it's a little bit before summer, but it's been a while since we really found out what's going on. We need more than just, hey, wow, Spider-Man 2 looks cool. I want to see a bit more about that future. I want to see more than Spider-Man and Final Fantasy 16. I want to really have things
I mean,
be excited about.
More than an hour. There's got to be a ton in there.
And do you think there's a chance they smell some blood in the water with everything that's been going on Microsoft? Do you think they feel like this is their chance to really?
Yeah, but I don't, when it comes to planning these big things, how flexible can you be to sort of adjust to market realities? I don't think there's much flexibility there, because you got to get so many people on the same page. Stuff has to be planned out far ahead of time. As I've said before, this was the showcase that was supposed to happen late last year, and they pushed everything back. For the most part, they did a state of play instead. They pushed everything else back because everything else wasn't ready. And it's like, okay, so they've kind of been planning what this show is going to be for quite some time. I doubt they'd be able to be like, okay, this could be the killing blow. Now, it could be, but I think most of that would be coincidence and them just doing what's best for PlayStation. Turns out is going to make Microsoft look pretty silly here for the next couple of months, at least until Starfield comes out. So
that sounds right.
All right. Let's get to these other handful of things that are happening this week.
And thank you for the super chats, everybody. We'll be reading those in a bit here.
Yeah, we're going to get to them very soon. Mortal Kombat 1 announced. That trailer was so good. It starts off so serious and calm and cool, and then the second half of the trailer is the goriest shit you'll ever fucking see. It's amazing.
I was thinking about it, and I've always been like this, where gore in video games just does not really bother me, even though it does in movies. And it's weird now when there's basically no difference. It's like the same computers just animating people's faces being caved in. I don't know why the context matters so much. There is, I think it even has been getting a little too much for some people, and I kind of understand it, but I am still a little bit just like, oh, it's Mortal Kombat. That's fine. It's okay. It's cute. I'm into this. I like the direction a lot. I think I told you I was skeptical of like a reboot in terms of retelling the story of Mortal Kombat, the AKA the original again. This is the universe has been rebooted. Like things are going to be really shaken up here. Maybe Scorpion and Sub-Zero are friends, and different characters could show up because it follows the story from the last game where Liu Kang's a god and things get kind of readjusted. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where they go. I hope I can find Ed Boon in LA, because I just got to start screaming at him about getting smoke in this game.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on the couch. We'll see if we can make it happen.
Good. I'll get him on the couch and I'll be like,
you could corner him. That'd be great. By the way,
do you smoke? He'll be like, what? No, yeah, smoking's bad. Anyways, speaking of, you think that character?
Man, the poll is split.
I'll tell him, now don't blow any smoke, but that has multiple meanings.
Yeah, please don't do any of that, please, Mike.
I'll tell him
reflect
about
so well on the giant bomb couch.
I think Ed Boon's gonna be high and mighty, the guy who's like makes video games where you rip people's dicks off. He's gonna judge me.
Listen, that's his art. I can't believe you. That's his art, and you're insulting him.
Whatever happened to Tobias? Why is he not involved anymore?
He's on an island somewhere.
You think he still gets money?
Yes, I do. I do believe he still gets money. Probably not. It's video games. Will there be more or less than 3.5 PSVR 2 games at the showcase? 49% say more. 51% say less.
Pretty split.
Very split. So what that means is I picked the right Vegas odds.
Yeah.
So I have equal bets on each side.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the problem is like they could just show like 6 stupid ports of like play like a PC VR games, right?
They 100% could, and I think they're not going to. I think it's going to be 3 games or less. I'm going with the under. I don't think they're going to. I mean, if they might do it with like the games that have already been announced, but I would still count that as more. And I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's 3 PSVR games or less. Okay. People are saying 100% a part montage. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Mortal Kombat does look very good. I got pretty excited about it. I am going to do 9, 10, 11. Maybe that's something we could like do here pretty soon on Giant Bomb, Mike, where I just play through those stories and you guys like come sit along with me.
Yeah, they're really fun. I don't know if 9 ever was on PC, but 10 and 11 are insanely cheap right now on Steam. And it was great for me because I wanted to get 11 because it has RoboCop, right? Because all this RoboCop stuff. So like I was able to get 11 with all the DLC for like $9 on Steam right now, and 10 is also on there. Do you still have your special Steam?
Yes, very much so. Yes.
Then you don't even care. Yeah, but
yep,
for scrubs like me, it's great.
Well, Wait, but hey, if you're getting it, it reminds me to make sure I'll go get it and we can all play.
Yeah,
Very
go
good.
down. It's you know what I mean. We have to do something for Diet Blade Club next week. I know it's not a bad game, but it'd be fun if we just messed around with RoboCop.
Yeah, we don't. There's
and Mortal
no
Kombat
reason
11.
we have to do a Diet Blade Club either.
It could be more RoboCop adjacent than anything else. 9 is on PCs. I don't see me go. Well, there you go. I did like 9 a lot. You know why?
Why?
The smoke is in 9.
Zelda
Like,
sold 10 million copies in 3 days.
Yeah, both amazing and also like yes, I'm sure, I bet it did.
Zelda's
Nice
very, very
delisted from
good.
Steam.
It's very successful. I don't know. I kind of just want to talk a little bit more about Zelda. I've played a little bit more since Tuesday. I don't have enough time to play this game because I'm busy with so many things, especially planning out SGF.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does. It sucks because I really, every time I start playing it, boy, it's just not easy to put down. I just want to keep going. There's so much cool stuff everywhere. Really having a good time.
There's always just one more shrine and one more little thing you can go and do or check out or try to progress. Like it's at the point where I even like actually do like run past some things, especially if it's those Koroks who want to go to their friends. Sometimes I'm just like I'm not gonna deal with you just right now. I'm sorry.
It's because it'll be
Come
easier
back.
later too. Because once you get more of the Zonai abilities and stuff, the Zonai parts, Zonai parts, then you can go in there and just like drive them around. And early on, that stuff's a little bit more challenging because it's hard to build vehicles that can actually get to where you need to take them. But
some of them are, and they don't put the stuff like right there necessarily. You're right.
Exactly. Yes. So, but overall, it is. There's so much game, and everyone really. It is one of the most universally praised games I've seen in a long time. And that means like a lot of times that stuff is self-selection. In this case, it's not because everyone's playing it also. Just everyone's playing it. And when you get one of those things, it's like everyone feels the need to play. You often get that like little backlash where it's like, it's got this and this. And there is definitely people who have some criticism of this game that beyond the performance, which everyone seems to have an issue with. Of course they do. But it feels like it met, like it had these sky high expectations, and it feels like for the most part, it met them almost across the board.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with it. There's been some really awesome, like I love that there are the highs stuff, but even just when it's like riding its median, right? That is so high and just so engaging and exciting and fun. I love the incredible machine vibes from all of these different shrines. They feel great. Just some of the little surprise things you meet here or there. I love doing the quest with the newspaper and pen. So each time you find a stable, it's not just here's a stable. It's there's gonna be some new like kind of weird quest I get to do here too, and those are neat because it's not just the same. Well, get the Korok to their thing or do this. Like each of those quests are different. You're not even sure what's gonna happen there. So that's been really fun. Yeah, it's great. It hasn't quite hit Luigi's Mansion 3 sales yet, but maybe someday.
Actually, it probably has by now.
Yeah,
it's been a couple of days.
Absolutely, certainly has. You're right.
It probably has. Real quick, just moving back to PlayStation Showcase, I might have just sniffed out that, two things that won't be there, if that helps anybody. It doesn't sound like Ghost of Tsushima 2 will be there. It sounds like it probably won't be there.
Someone's listening and feeding you stuff. I like this. Okay.
And the other one is, and I heard this a few weeks ago, Dragon Age Inquisition probably won't be there either. That is, okay. I remember last time I talked about that game, I was saying it'll be later this year at the earliest. Well, now we can say for sure that's not the earliest anymore. And I think I've been saying that for a while, but definitely that's not coming out until summer of next year at the earliest now. So Dragon Age Inquisition won't be at the PlayStation
Dreadwolf, by the way. Inquisition was the last one.
Or, thank you. Dragon Age, what is it? Dreadwolf.
I just said it, Dreadwolf.
I'm sorry. I was talking, not listening.
You're right. I'm in a mood. That was rude, Jeff. I'm
sorry.
It's fine.
It's fine. It was helpful. I wrote it out, or when I was reading it, someone did it as DAI, and I was like, wait, and then just my head, I just read it that way because it was like they made a mistake too. So, all right. Well, thank you for correcting me. That helps out. Okay. Zelda's doing very good, but that's kind of the news stories I want to talk about this week. If anyone else wants to bring anything up, feel free to send in a super chat. In the meantime, though, I think we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to do a great Benji Bop Metacritic
let's
quiz.
Do the super chats first when we come back. Unless you want to do them right now.
No, as soon as we get back, we'll do the super chats first, of course, and then the great Benji Bop Metacritic quiz, and then we are going to do the Mount Rushmore of boomer games, and that's just on us because we're the boomers
Whatever that
here.
means.
Whatever that's going to mean. All right, everybody, we'll be right back. All right, do you need a break or are you good?
I don't have to pee, but I don't believe myself. I'm gonna go try.
That's not good for you.
I don't trust my body with this.
You shouldn't go unless you have to go.
Okay, we can always just take a break after a different segment. All
Yeah,
right, fine.
you just tell me. Yep.
Let's go then.
Don't push it.
There's a lady doctor on TikTok, so you know this is vetted by science. That said that if you do that too much, that can lead to incontinence. So,
What's incontinence?
it means you pee
When you pee
in your
yourself.
pants. Means you can't stop yourself from going pee in your pants.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't have that problem yet. I pee too much, but not that.
Yet.
Okay, I'm gonna end that poll. There we go.
One more.
All right, I'm gonna bring us.
If I see
Okay,
a
you're gonna
Bandai
bring it back?
Namco logo during that thing and it's not Ridge Racer, you're gonna get pile drive.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna see a Bandai Namco logo a bunch of times here pretty soon. Like that, they don't they have that new Naruto game coming and stuff. So like you're gonna see stuff like
Yes.
that. So just don't get too.
You're right. I can't get all their anime.
Every
games.
anime
Yes.
game is made by
Yeah.
Bandai.
Yeah, so you're gonna
Namco,
see a
yeah.
bunch of that. Okay.
Jeff, you want me to pull a game up now or after an hour break?
No,
they're gonna do super chat, don't they?
yeah,
We'll
get the
start
game.
with Super Chats, but we'll go right to the game.
Yeah,
after
get the
that
game
when we
ready.
can take a break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. And we're back. And Mike, I do believe we got some super chats.
We sure do. Here comes Big Fresh 37. It says, it's been a long time since GamesBeat's scathing report on Moon Studios. Have you heard if there's been any improvement over there? I should probably talk to Dean about that. That was his report. I know that the one of those guys, I forget their names, but one of the two guys was tweeting a lot again. And I know he says that that whole thing was just nothing, was bunch of lies. I don't believe that. So I'm not sure. There was so much turnover was a big part of that story, though, right? And that's like the biggest issue. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll ask Dean, see if maybe we're following up. Again, we are so busy on our side right now with our event and special issue and Summer Game Fest and all these other things. But I think it might be worth, following up there, see what's going on. I wonder if we're going to ever see their new game show up at some
Right.
point.
It's very easy to imagine a world where that just never happens.
Their weird, hyper violent top down game or whatever.
Yeah.
With the one where they were contemplating a rape scene and thought better. Was that right? I feel like there was multiple games that were doing something.
Yeah.
like that
Yeah, there
recently.
was, wasn't there? There was another story about that as well.
Yeah, everyone's okay. B. Traven says Mike must really loved Bill. This is what I was talking about when they talked like Kill Bill. That's funny. Yeah,
Big
I was
Bill fan. Just hated the idea of Bill getting
Yeah, I was
killed.
rooting for Bill the whole time. Jack E.G. says, happy 301st. Yeah, that's right, everybody. Wow, we did it. 300.
Wow, what a milestone.
Episodes. Yeah.
You should give us a bunch of money because it's 301st. Yay.
Which remake first, KOTOR or Prince of Persia? That's interesting. 'cause
That's a
those
good
are,
one.
Yeah, those are two where if neither of those ever came out, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yes, for sure. We got Ubisoft's like lineup for the next year, right? Or the next fiscal year, and no mention of Prince of Persia at all.
Yeah,
Man. I still think Prince of Persia comes out though before KOTOR, which I don't think will ever come out.
Hey, at least those originals are both still good, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you're good to go.
In fact, I got Prince of Persia on my original Xbox, and I mean to be playing through Sands of Time for fun here soon.
That's a good game.
Daily Beating, that's funny, says the naming convention for the Mario Advance games is so silly to me. Advance 1 is Mario 2, Advance 2 is World, 3 is Yoshi's Island, and 4 is Mario 3. Yes, but that's actually my favorite thing about them. I like when naming conventions get out of control. It amuses me.
You just tell yourself that because Kingdom Hearts has the dumbest fucking names.
It's great.
So you have to be like, oh, I like dumb fucking names.
As long as you're consistent about like the weirdness of it, I like
Well,
it a
that's
lot. Like,
good. That's
Fast and the
good
Furious
because-
is incredible.
because that fucking series, Kingdom Hearts, is consistent with the dumbass fucking names.
Look, I'm not saying they're good names. I agree, but I like how stupid they are for sure.
I like the Mario Advance names too.
Yeah. Amarico says, we'll go with that. Says, Jeff, how you feeling taking on the giant bomb night couch role? I love you're keeping the quote Jeff quote in the chair. Can't wait to see you continue the legacy.
Yeah, it's stressful to plan it all out and get everyone invited. Stuff I'm not very good at. It's definitely zapping for my ADHD brain, but it also feels incredibly worth it. It's a lot of fun. I could tell there's a lot of excitement from people who always dreamed about being on the couch. And hey, I'll make that happen. I would love to make that happen, and we're making it happen. it is. As we get closer, there's more interest from developers as well. It's cool to see, a couple of PR firms like reach out. Hey, can we tell all the developers we're representing that this is happening? Like, please do. We would love to get you guys on there and talk about that. But yeah, I think it was fun. I kind of on the Game S mornings today with Grant Stoner, I was actually practicing my interviewing a little bit with him, kind of trying to get that polished off a little bit. So if you want to kind of see what it's going to be like, it's going to be a lot like that. And then there's going to be a lot of dumb stuff too, because we're going to have our friends there, and we're probably going to have pizza and drinks. Mike will be there most of the nights, kind of hanging out with us and stuff. So it's going to be a casual, fun hang like the couch should be. And I'm really looking forward to keeping that spirit going. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it is the short answer.
Big Fresh 37 says we're going to see Twisted Metal at this showcase. Yeah, it seems like there's a decent chance.
It feels like everything lined up for it. I think so.
Yeah, it almost would be weird if there wasn't, because we know how important. Like, it seems like Last of Us 1 remake, a lot of that was about making sure there was that to kind of get when the show popped off. Like, if that Twisted Metal show pops off or has any traction, there will be basically nothing for those people to buy that's Twisted Metal related right now. There's nothing.
Yep.
It's been so long since the last one.
Yeah, and it's like, I know it did switch developers, but you can at least say that it's coming.
Yeah.
At the very least, if it's coming, you should say it. Also, 3 weeks we'll be watching Summer Game Fest. 3 weeks from today, Summer Game Fest live. That showcase will be happening pretty much right now at this time of night.
Man, thank God they canceled E3. Could you imagine we were also thinking about that?
No.
Can you imagine
this is crazy already. I'm like, actually, that's like, I got to get so much stuff done. All right, let's keep going.
It's a good thing we killed that.
Yep.
Big Fresh 37 says, what do you think are the chances of Fable taking a lot from Breath of the Wild, considering the general time frame it would have started production? It certainly seems like a game that should learn some lessons. I'd like it if the new Fable was kind of like the pitch for the original Fable, right? Like, what if the new Fable was just actually able to really do all of that stuff that Peter Molyneux was talking about for the original Xbox way back when?
Yep, that'd be great. These that and Dragon Age Dreadwolf. You hear that they're having problems, but those kinds of games always have problems because they're so big and so expansive that it's like they have so many problems they have to solve. Right. So yeah, exactly. And so hopefully they figure them out. But it's I think Fable's one where you just take your time. Please don't rush that kind of thing, because if it works, it could be very good, especially from that studio.
Thorax saying in chat, I'm not sure it's true. He says he thinks they said Fable's being inspired by Witcher 3. I could totally see that being the inspiration.
Yeah,
and I
totally.
feel like, I'm not sure if that'll play as well as being inspired by Breath of the Wild, especially again because so much of that original Fable pitch really was more about kind of sandboxy stuff and less about just a strong and narrative. Right.
But Microsoft has so many of those open world RPG studios. They have Avowed. They have Elder Scrolls 6 coming at some point in the future. Those ones can take some of the stuff from Breath of the Wild a little bit more, and then you can let Fable kind of be this different thing that is more inspired by Witcher. There's a lot of people who would like that.
I mean, I would like it. I like Witcher 3 a lot.
I'm good.
Yeah. Next one says from Fitzer here says the PlayStation Showcase will consist of Jim Ryan staring directly into the camera and eating baked beans straight from a family-sized can for about an hour. This sounds like an episode of Wacky Deli to me, Jeff.
I don't know what that is, but I like the sound of that video.
Come on.
I've never seen Wacky Deli. No, what is that?
That's the episode of Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh,
the best episode of that show.
Oh, sure.
They just show a jar of mayonnaise for 30 minutes and everyone loves it.
Okay, yeah, wow. I've not thought about that in a very long time.
Oh, I think about that all the time. Scott Woodford says 9 is on PC. I think he meant Mortal Kombat 9.
Yes, he's talking about Mortal Kombat 9.
It's not on Steam, which is why I didn't think it was, because it's not on that sale they're doing right now. Apparently, it got delisted from Steam. I'm sure there's other ways to get a hold of Mortal Kombat 9 these days.
What is it? Is it just called Mortal Kombat 9?
It's just called Mortal Kombat. That one was just called Mortal Kombat, which is confusing.
Would Mortal Kombat Complete Edition be it? Because I think I have it.
That's the one, yes.
Okay, cool. I have it right.
You already have it? Yep. Great. Thanks, Voice of God. Funky Monk says, "Dear Melina. Oh, yeah, but the face, man. You know, the teeth.
Listen,
I don't like the sharp teeth.
Put a bag over it.
I like Jade.
Sure.
Yeah, even she's kind of boring, and I like that about her. Funky Monk says, "Dear Rum Tum Tugger and Magical Mr. Mistopheles." Do you know who those characters are, Jeff?
I do believe those are from the hit Broadway musical Phantom of the Opera.
Wow, you're funny. Also, hit movie Cats. Oh,
Yes,
good
of
stuff.
course. Yes,
yeah.
hit movie.
Although, I think I'm more of a Skimble Shanks, the railway
Sure,
cat.
I've always said this about you.
Everyone could
That's a real Skimble Shanks motherfucker over there. Look at that Skimble Shanks.
Skimble Shanks, the railway cat.
That's Clay's best musical, says Enemy Mouse.
Train. Good stuff. Anywho, what do you think Gene Park meant when he said the Master Sword was a metaphor for the Shinzo Abe gun? Jeff, I don't know what the Shinzo Abe gun is. Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure it's the gun that assassinated former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
Oh, Shinzo Abe! that guy who died a bit ago.
Yeah, the guy who died a bit ago.
I was worried this was going to be another hip-hop band I didn't know.
Oh, my God.
Okay, right. I remember now. You know what? I always hear it as Abe.
The Giza, and Shinzo Abe.
I always heard it as Shinzo. I always heard it as Abe, and then you see it written out as Abe. Give me a break. Give me a break, everybody. Come on now. We're all friends here. It's all fine. How could Breath of the Wild possibly be a metaphor for that, though?
I don't fucking know. I have no
to
idea.
get you on here. Well,
honestly, I don't know much about the gun. I do think it was improvised shotgun. Is what
that's right. Oh, he did just like make it himself.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying. Okay, well,
but the Master Sword, does he make it himself in this game? I guess maybe I haven't gotten that
far. I don't know. Gene's on a new Nintendo podcast though. We can.
Yeah, we're beefing. He got his own Nintendo podcast.
Wow,
fucking
how dare
trying.
he?
Yeah, exactly.
Next one here is from El Grug, who says, will Sony have a shadow drop at their showcase like Microsoft and Nintendo did at their 2023 events? My vote is for Helldivers 2, because why not? Sony's never...
Yeah, they never really... Not really, right?
No, they've never been big shadow droppers.
And it works for Nintendo. I think the jury's out about it, whether or not it worked for Microsoft. Hi-Fi Rush still... I don't know, it did get a lot of buzz, I think, but... I don't know. Helldivers 2 if they're going to do it with anything, that sounds like the right one to do it with. I think that'd be great, but I think Sony tends to think that, hey, we have a marketing team, let's use it.
The Uncharted Wolf says, that's a novel idea, Jeff. That's funny. The Uncharted Wolf says, any shot for Wolverine, or is that post Spider-Man?
No, I think there's totally a chance, because again, if this is setting up the next several years of PlayStation, then you show Wolverine in addition to Spider-Man. Obviously, Spider-Man 2 gets the full blowout, and then Wolverine gets a 30
smoke.
Yeah, they're gonna blow smoke, and then Wolverine gets 30 seconds. But if that's the case, that's still showing it, and that would count.
You see how that new Mortal Kombat has cameo fighters, and I don't quite understand. It sounds to me like basically the system the first Marvel vs. Capcom had.
1, yeah.
Yeah, Sean, does that sound right to you? Like that
yeah. And if anyone's unfamiliar with that, it's Assist, as you know, the Marvel versus Capcom, but you're not playing as those characters. You just play as the one character, and then they just briefly come in like Assist do in Marvel versus Capcom, yeah.
So now I'm afraid
understand it.
Now I'm afraid that's what Smoke's gonna be. That's kind of dangerous, because then it's like the assist trophy thing.
Yeah, that's Waluigi's gonna be an assist in Mortal Kombat 1.
Cameo, yeah.
Cameo character.
It's like, no, I don't want to be cameos. I wanted to be a main roster character.
Also, did they spell cameo with the K, like the rare game? Of
course.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like the rare game.
Cool.
Yeah. AJ liked that game. Is that game? Do people like that game?
AJ likes a lot of stuff.
AJ does like a lot of stuff.
Love you,
That's
AJ.
a good way to put it.
I think some people are fine with it, but it's not a great game.
Derek says the last few years, Sony has had an indie type game like Stray or Kena as exclusive summer releases. What are the chances we get such a thing this year? Yeah, Sony doesn't like talk about indies a lot, but they sure do like to find one indie like those or a Bugsnax and kind of prop it up pretty high. I wouldn't be shocked if there's one more of those.
They said, didn't they, in their thing where like there'll be this and that and indie games? Didn't they say?
I think they did say it, didn't they?
Yeah, they explicitly called out indie games. So,
no, but I wonder if it's like, hey, here's like another look at Hades 2 for the first time in a while, or
Hades 2 is going to be on Switch first, if anything. So
yeah, I guess that's right.
It'll be a Stray equivalent. I think that's absolutely right, and maybe a couple of those.
Would you play Stray if it was the same thing, but you play as a dog?
Fuck no. Absolutely not. Like the cat was the only thing that got me interested in the first. Like I'm a cat person, so and even then I thought that game was kind of boring.
What animal would you most like to play as in a video game?
Before Stray, it probably was cat. I like cats that much, but think these days, I think it'd be fun to play an open world game as a raccoon. I think that'd be fun. I like
What'd you say the first time? Didn't you just say raccoon?
Raccoon. I don't know. It's raccoon. I'll go.
It's not Leviosa.
Okay, go fuck yourself. All right, Jesus Christ.
John Cody says, "Happy Thursday. If you still want puppets, Jeff, I DM'd you like you said last week."
Yeah, I mentioned that you DM'd me to Bacalar in our meeting at some point this week, Wednesday night. I'll get back to you. I will. I promise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to be a puppet.
Let's see what we can do.
Beef Ember says 301 cents for the milestone. Thank you, Beef. When Death Stranding 2? Oh yeah, Death Stranding 2.
Oh, Death Stranding 2 will probably be there too. Because I mean, that motherfucker loves to make a trailer.
Oh, too bad. Just like Jeff, that event we went to, that last Sony E3.
Because if Konami's there, do you think? Nah, Sony can make it happen.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Point.
It's money.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Konami, you think Castlevania also? I
feel that kind of went without saying. Yeah, Castlevania, as well as Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah.
What are we expecting from the Castlevania? We're not really.
We're not so sure, but I think it's probably going to be like a AAA game.
Weird. Okay. Man, if it was Death Stranding 2 and we had Spider-Man 2 and Ghost of Tsushima 2, which I know you said won't happen, it'd be the sequels to the 3 games from that that's PlayStation party we went to at that like last E3 that we had a good time at. At least the last E3 Sony was at. With like Flute Guy.
Yeah, I would love that. I love that. Hey, I liked Flute Guy.
Oh, we're big Flute Guy marks.
Big Flute Guy marks, absolutely.
Dylan Johnson says, just got my E3 is dead tee to wear at the Summer Game Fest showcase. Thank you. Also, do you think Bluepoint will be at PlayStation Showcase next week? It sure seems like we haven't heard from them a bit, and they are now fully owned by Sony.
Oh, I think Bluepoint has something there. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think they have like 2 things, like a remake and a new game. I think it's one or the other.
They haven't done anything since Demon Souls, right? So
that's right. Yeah,
a little bit.
So yeah, they have some time to get some stuff up and off the ground. They probably had something they were already working on before that, like in conjunction with that.
We're getting to a point though where there's so many things that we've been saying. It seem like those are possibilities. Like not all of these things are going to be here.
Absolutely not. We're definitely throwing stuff at the wall here. Jorge in chat says, "Am I crazy or is an hour too short? Not for a Sony showcase because they are just trailer. So there you could do a lot in an hour. And I think their previous showcases haven't quite been an hour plus. They've been closer to 40 minutes. I could be misremembering. But in my head, it's always been like, yeah, well, this one's like 45 minutes. So more than an hour is actually kind of long for Sony."
Derek Christie says, do you think Sony will announce their next PC ports at the showcase? And if so, what do you think they will be? We still haven't had Ghost of Tsushima 1 on PC, so that could be announced, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I think so. They've done that with their state of plays at the very least. Maybe the showcase isn't the best place to do that, but I think they might.
Or if they want to get really exciting, Bloodborne PC, that could, or Demon Souls PC. Because we could both get a pop from the crowd.
That would be very cool. Demon Souls PC is very likely actually at some point soon. So yeah,
cool. That's it for the super chats for now. If you guys want to send more, we will read them before the end of the show. Thank you so much, everybody. I think it's game time. Any dogs in the house? Woof woof woof. He used to say that in high school.
All right, let me get set up here. Just a second. I'm gonna do the. You know what? We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Okay. Wait, I missed yours, Chris. Sorry.
Show my camera.
Oh, you're right, Chris. I did just skip yours. I'll read it when we come back, Chris. Thank you.
Non-video participants.
Jeff, you want the 3-person overlay because I have it. I just did it. Could give you a.
Okay. Yeah. You sent it to me. Okay, hang on. Let me
Oh, good, Chris. I'm
give me a second. I think do I have the right one? Yeah, I sent you the right one.
Okay, hang on, everybody.
Hang on, everybody.
Copy text.
Now moisturize my knuckles.
Listen,
I don't know what the hell he said, but I'm pretty sure that was a masturbation joke back there.
No. Yeah, with my knuckles. Yeah. No, because I have a real job, my hands get all fucked up.
Oh yeah, totally. That used to happen to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if we can actually use this 2 up. 'cause
Mike,
that
I have a
Windows
real
2
job, you assholes, Minotti.
Too tiny.
I'm just gonna go for it. We'll see. Actually, no. Well, no, I can do that. I can remove this. There we go.
Oh,
All right.
never mind. Wait a second. Don't do anything. Jesus. Just stay on there. Stay on there.
Oh, did you use the wrong one?
Settings.
I think you used the 3 up instead of.
I can give you
Yeah, give me the watch. It should be watch along, not the 3P.
yeah, watch along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Submit. Save.
All right.
There you
Hey, there she blows. All right. Let's
Hey,
see here.
beautiful.
Your mom.
Vandalay Industries! Say Vandalay Industries!
Mhm.
Oh man, that take of like
Oh wait, there.
everybody's like most of the good stuff on Seinfeld is on the last 3 seasons. It's like they're like
I don't think
5
that.
moments everybody quote, and I can name you like every episode of season 2. It is fucking great.
Like, Soup Nazi was like 7, wasn't it? It was actually pretty
Yeah, it was
old.
7.
There was just a
Nazi
lot
was
of
7.
like big moments in those last few seasons
Yeah,
that
the fucking,
really they were like early memes almost.
Festivus.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Festivus was also on season 9.
No, the first appearance of Festivus was 9?
Festivus season 9. Yeah, it
Yep.
was one of the
Jesus
last episodes
Christ,
also.
wow.
Yep, exactly. Like that there's stuff like that all throughout those last 3 seasons. Okay, let's get into this. I'm bringing us back in. All right, Mike, I think we have one more super chat, right? And then we're going to get into our game.
I almost forgot again. Yeah, sorry, Chris. Thank you for pointing out that we missed it. Chris said, what about that Wonder Woman game Monolith is developing? Could it be one of the third-party games there, or could it show up at the Xbox show? You haven't heard about Wonder Woman in a while, huh? I keep kind of
Wonder
forgetting
Woman,
about
those
it.
EA Marvel games, those EA games, I think might show up at Xbox or Summer Game Fest or PlayStation, I guess. It could be anything, but yeah, that Wonder Woman game sounds pretty plausible for this. And again, that also could be a year off from us seeing it, so we'll see. All right. We have the game set up, ready to go. Sean is here to host. Let's have him take it away, please.
That's right, everyone. It is time for everyone's favorite game show within a podcast, closest to the messy pin. Here we have Volume 9, The Boomer Edition, a Bop original presented by me, Turbo Sean. Gentlemen, in case the audience needs a rundown of the rules, let me give them to them there. Every round you'll be given a certified retro game, and your goal is to predict the game's current Metacritic score as it stands on Metacritic.com. Our scoring system uses closest to the pin, aka golf rules. So the way is it going to work? You are going to guess the score. Every point deviated from the actual score you will gain a point. At the end, you want to have the lowest score possible. Golf rules, golf pun, golf theme. If you guess the exact score, 7-0, you will have 5 points deducted from your score. High risk, high reward, high fun factor. Gentlemen, I believe Jeff won last time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Didn't I win last time?
Absolutely fucking not. You did not.
Oh, no, yeah, you got fucked over by bowling. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, so that whole bowling thing.
Is the
That's right,
bowling
yeah.
one, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Fair
plus 300, the game of the movie.
And
yeah.
it's the game
Can't
300.
forget.
Correct.
Which means that Mikey will be picking first. You need to tell me what you think the score is for Doom 2, released for Jeffrey Grubb's favorite platform, the personal computer, September 30th, 1994. Only 5 critic reviews.
Yeah, it's just reviews for PC games are so scattershot. I bet a lot of these are even newer. That's weird. What is like the review score for Doom 2? Oh, that's rough. I bet a lot of people were like, it's not enough of an upgrade. But it's still Doom. I'm gonna say an 87.
87. Got it. Jeff?
I think that it's going to go the opposite of that. I think after Doom was this cultural thing, I think the reviews that they do have collated here are going to be mostly from people who were at the time wanting to be like, this time we're calling it from the beginning, and went really high. So I'm going to go with 92.
92. Okay. Yeah, this is a follow-up to like the PC game, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting here. Doom 2 is sitting at 83.
Oh, wow.
A
Okay.
little bit lower. All right.
I would be curious
That's
to see
a
where those
touch.
reviews are, when those reviews actually are
Right.
from.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it'll be Jeff's turn to tell me what you think Full Throttle has released for the PC, April 30th, 1995. 8 critic reviews.
Is this a boomer game?
I think by the definition I think of, which to me is just older games that we like, that
Hey,
we think our audience doesn't like or know about.
There's a
Yeah.
theme I will reveal at the end.
Okay. When we get to that thing, though, Mike, I want us to guess the first most boomer game we could think of, and I'll give you a clue. But I think if we count to 3, we're going to say the same thing.
Okay, I'm excited.
Okay. Okay. Full Throttle. How many reviews? I can't see. It's a bit small. Oh, no, there it is. 8 review. 8 reviews. Okay, I'm going to go with. I think it was liked, but I don't think it was the most liked of those games. So I'm going to go kind of in the middle and say 84.
84.
God, this was a very good game. Almost kind of at the start of the end for the popularity of these things, but people still like Full Throttle a lot. A little bit on the short side. My boy Tim Schafer, always doing amazing work. I think it's probably higher than 84. I'm gonna go back to my 87 actually.
Okay. A little bit higher there. Well, Full Throttle, the original release, is sitting at 86.
Oh, wow.
Very
All right.
close, Mike. Very
Man,
close.
Very close.
Go.
Jeff, not
Big
too
game.
far off either. All right. We're going back Mike's direction. Game number 3. Command and Conquer, released for the PC, September 6th, 1995, based on 5 critic reviews.
Yeah, I think we might have a PC theme here. That's again real hard. The original Command and Conquer, so prototypical. It could be kind of similar to Doom, too. And again, it's like, are these reviews of the time? I want to say the original Command and Conquer, 85.
Okay.
Original Command and Conquer. It had to be pretty good because it got a lot of buzz and was able to produce a lot of sequels, but I don't remember any sort of critical consensus at the time. I just don't think I was tapped in that much. I'm gonna have to go with 86 though, I think.
Like it.
Okay.
Means I can't lose too much ground here.
Yep.
Command
Hit it
Conquer,
right on the money.
the classic, has a 94.
Holy monkey. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
geez, really?
I
Man.
love this game, man.
No idea.
Yeah, I know, no
PC
clue.
heads love this game, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Game
don't
number
even think like Warcraft 2 has a 94 though. Jeez.
Warcraft 2, probably not. Warcraft 3?
Probably not even that. So that's nuts to me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a high score right there, as we've learned from playing this game. Game number 4. Duke Nukem 3D, released for the PC, January 29th, 1996. 8 critic reviews. Jeff, what are you feeling here?
I'm gonna go with 80.
80 on the nose. Okay.
Yeah, this is hard. I mean, this is such a big deal game, but I don't know what critics thought of it. But then again, back then, I don't know, like the critic eye wasn't too far removed from the consumer eye, I feel like. This game was way more flash and substance, but I feel like they liked that. I'll go high. I'll say 85 again.
85. Okay. I do know this is generally still pretty well regarded, but of course, this depends on what people thought back in the day for the most part. And back in the day, people thought that Duke Nukem 3D deserved an 89.
Wow.
What is going on with Jeff's
I got negative
score?
80 though, so I'm doing pretty good over here.
What did I do to break that? I don't think I did anything.
I don't think you did anything.
What was your guess?
spread-
Was it was 80?
I said
wasn't it?
80,
off by
so
9.
add 9
Okay.
to mine.
Yeah. All right.
We should
You know
we
what?
should just do what the computer says. We should give him
That'd be very good for me, Mike.
Oh, wait, that's right.
Reduce
Never
80.
mind.
Yeah, we should
Yes,
reduce
that'd be
80.
very-
My
yes,
bad.
that'd be
That's
very
fine.
good for me.
Doesn't make
Yes.
sense. Never mind.
Game number 5, final one for the night, gentlemen. I need you to tell me what you think. Sid Meier's Civilization 2.
Civ
has-
2.
Yes, no Baba Yedu here.
No.
Personal computer, February 29th, 1996. 7 critic reviews. Mike gets first pick.
I bet the PC nerds still liked it a lot. Actually, back then, I'm gonna say 90.
90, all right.
All right, I'm behind by 10. I'm gonna go with 95 because it's my only chance to at least tie.
95, all right. Sid Meier's Civilization 2 has a score of 94.
shit.
You were so close, Jeff.
Wow. Whoa. Woof. Nice. Close.
Which
Jeff.
means our final scores for the night, Mike with 23, Jeff with 29. Congratulations, Mike. The theme here is Bob picked the 5 games on Metacritic that are the oldest with scores.
Oh wow!
So
Okay.
these are the oldest scored games on
incredible.
Metacritic. That's as
I
boomer
didn't.
as
That's,
it gets.
that's interesting. I didn't realize that. Huh?
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
fun.
Which makes sense because a lot of
Yeah,
PC
of course.
games would have like websites reviewing them back in
Yeah.
the day.
Good point.
So,
Yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Bob. All right, let's get on to what we're doing here. I'll get this all set up. We're gonna do the Mount Rushmore of boomer games. Mike, do you want to set this up? Do you have do you want to explain an idea of boomer games, or do you want to just hop into it?
I think we should just follow our hearts. I think I know what it is. I think you know what it is. People kind of figure it out as they go with us. Do you want to, on the count of 3, we'll both say 1.
Okay.
And I'm curious.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, it's like what I'm thinking of is like a game that boomers would actually like, like actual boomers even. All right, but we'll just go
I
for
wonder.
it. I'm not sure because there's so many games, but let's go.
So, but it'd be fun if we both say the same
Okay,
one. On
yeah.
the count of 3, not go, on 3, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Missed.
Missed. What'd you say?
Missed. What'd you say?
I said missed. I said missed. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
good.
I said fucking
my,
missed.
my thing mixed up. We did it. We did
Yeah,
it.
we did it.
Yes. Let's fucking go.
Oh, yes. Yeah. All right. Sync compatible.
We did it.
Yeah, that's a fucking boomer game right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if some people don't even know, I bet, that there was a brief period of time, where Myst was the biggest game in the world.
The biggest thing in the world.
It was huge.
Yes.
Which is so
it was
weird
like
for what
Animal
it is.
Crossing huge during the pandemic. It was like that.
Because it was like the first CD-ROM game basically anybody ever had. You got a CD-ROM, you got Myst, and it was like, wow, pre-rendered graphics and backgrounds, and whoa, is that a real person talking to me? Oh, that's crazy. And yeah, and I don't even like beyond that. I don't know why it transcended so many other like those just FMV adventure games. It did. It was a giant deal. Johnny boy, you don't actually mean that. What the fuck is Myst? You know what Myst is. It is weird that there's no presence for it. I mean, I think they're trying to crowdfund a remake of Riven, which is Myst 2 right now. I know there was like another remake of Myst 1 not too long ago. It may be a spiritual successor again. But again, for a series that at one point was the biggest deal in the world, Myst is just something that they can only still market to boomers like us.
Yes,
Maybe we'll care.
Right. I think a sort of
There's a VR port.
a revitalization that tries to do. I mean, they definitely have done some stuff with that, right? Isn't there a Myst now where you can like actually walk around in real time?
I think it's that. Yeah, exactly. Which I feel like I'm not as interested in as the slideshow version, like the original. That's what I want. I remember it was cool because like if you knew what to do, you could beat Myst in like 5 minutes, right?
Right.
You could just like go and do it. My older brother AJ was a big fan of the whole series. He Myst 3 especially he liked it. Myst 3 was really cool because it was the same thing but just looked nicer. And Brad Dourif was in it. Myst 4 looked really cool. Also,
is it like doesn't it have like a ton of lore?
Yes,
because I was like at
lore.
a PAX one time, and then people started talking about Myst. And I'm like, What the fuck are these people talking about? It went that deep, and apparently it did. I had no idea.
There's one video game like TV show I think I'd actually find like pretty interesting. It'd be Myst. I'd be like, oh, that'd be kind of neat. Actually,
That could be
I'd like
cool.
to see. There's a lot of family drama, backstabbing, and Game of Thrones stuff, basically.
Yes.
But with puzzle islands.
Okay. I should play Myst, man. I'm a boomer.
I kind of want to
Let's
play
go.
Myst too. I think I tried to get it on the game club one time and nobody voted for it because it's a
It's a
boomer
boomer
game. But I want to play Myst real
Okay.
bad. I want to do the whole series. Myst 5 is weird because that was the one where they finally just went like actual like 3D polygons and stuff.
You know what? I'll
and
just
the
say
vibe was
it.
off.
I'll just say it. Myst endurance run. Let's just do it. Let's just do that. That could be good.
The Myst 1 through 5. That'd be great.
Well, let's just start with
The whole
one.
series.
Let's just start.
Well, one won't take that long.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
I kind of like it.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be incredible. You know, remember Uru? Their attempt at like a Myst MMO in like the early 2000s, I think. That
That's
didn't
right.
last.
Yeah. God, I do
Uru.
remember that. Yeah.
Ages Beyond
How
Myst
do you
or
spell
something.
it? Was it URU?
You are you.
Yeah.
Like literally like Uwu.
Yes.
I'm so glad we both were thinking
That was
even thinking
incredible.
the
I
whole
was
time.
like, he's probably going to say something else that actually makes even more sense.
Me too. I was like, he's not going to say Myst. I'm so glad it was Myst.
It was Myst. Of course it's Myst. It is the
number one
game
boomer
for
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that some people the fact that it was once the biggest game ever, and there are some people in our chat who are like, "What is that?"
Yes.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
That is perfect. That is the definition of this category. Absolutely. All right. So we got Myst on there, and it's number one with a bullet. That's our George Washington. What else are we putting up there?
Yeah, I feel like there should be a shooter. Like, there's a whole genre called boomer shooters. I'm wondering which one it should be. You know, I beat Dark Forces the other day, the Star Wars Doom clone. That's a very good game. It certainly has some boomer qualities to it.
Yeah, but it's hard not to put just like Doom up there or Wolfenstein 3D. Or
Yeah,
even
it is.
Duke Nukem. Maybe even Duke Nukem.
Yeah, well, that's like right. Because Doom's almost too relevant still.
Yeah. Right.
Duke Nukem is pretty boomery.
Is it like Hexen or Herod? Like, what's the one that everyone played that no one talks about? Is it Rise of the Triad or something like that?
That Rise of Triad's too obscure.
Yeah, man. I just
Yeah,
God, a boomer.
you're almost there with that. Hexen and her Heretic are kind of good too. I always forget which one's first. Is Hexen the sequel to her Heretic, or is Heretic the sequel to Hexen? I can never.
I think
remember.
Hexen's the sequel to Heretic, but I also am struggling to remember.
Yeah,
Quake could be, because it is kind of we have moved past Quake.
yeah, it's definitely a boomer shooter, but like
Yeah.
it's too important. I mean, like Myst actually seemed really important, and in some ways it is important.
Yeah.
But it also feels not very important anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Is it-
nobody, if you got the journalists to come together and say like the 100 games you must play before you die, I'd maybe put Myst on that list because I'm a boomer. Everyone else won't. Myst did not sniff that top 100 games list that GQ made.
Yeah. Yeah, because it has to be in a top 10 for somebody, and it's just not going to be in most people's top 10. Is it just Wolfenstein 3D?
Maybe it's just Wolfenstein 3D,
That's what I'm going to put that up there.
the original boomer shooter.
Yeah,
It's almost too influential. Maybe we can come back to this. Let's at least put it up there to think for now.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking now early 3D games, like especially ones that were like monumentally important for like the arcade and also like consoles. And for some reason, the first one I went to there was Daytona USA.
Mhm.
Daytona USA, a boomer game now.
I'll
Like,
say
if I
that.
wax poetic about Daytona USA, are people going to roll their eyes at me?
I'll say that when I went to an arcade in New Jersey with Jeff Baclar and Dan Reichert, I sat down at the Daytona machine, and it's a 2-player one. And from the other side of the arcade, Dan Reichert sprinted to come play with me. And I think because we were both so excited, it definitely means it's a boomer game.
I think it's definitely worthy of consideration.
Yeah, I'll put it up there.
Yeah. I think it's like the best of those kind of like because like Sega made a lot of these like really important early 3D games, and they were giant hits back then.
Yeah, they were.
No one is even expecting them to make a new Daytona anymore.
Yeah, Andrew Arce's boomer game should be like you had to be there. I think that's a good.
I think that's right. You did that. Yeah, Daytona, you kind of had to be there. That's a good way of putting it. Myst, absolutely, you had to be there. There's some good suggestions in chat.
Pitfall's a good one.
Pitfall is that's like actual boomer too,
Yeah.
like the time frame. a lot of people like there's that whole era of early RPGs also, and of course those are super boomery,
Sure.
but they're also like they're all kind of beyond me. Like I never played an actual Ultima game, right?
Right.
Like, I'll even look at that. I'm like, I don't know. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
Ultima Online is pretty boomery, though.
It's very boomery, so kind of a lot.
Like Dominic Frezza says Tecmo Bowl. I like that, but I don't know if I can get Mike to get on board with that.
I mean, it's definitely very boomery because like that is actually a game that boomers won't shut up about still.
Yes, and you had to be
Kind of
there.
to an obnoxious part. Yeah, Tecmo Bowl actually is not a bad idea.
All right, I'm gonna put it. It's definitely in the Daytona zone right now.
Yeah, we could consider Tecmo Bowl for
Oh,
sure.
Okay. Minesweeper or Ski Free.
Almost just not big enough. These
Okay.
desktop games, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
You know, after I talked about, I said something on Twitter about not really even ever understanding how Minesweeper was played. So then I just started playing Minesweeper, and I did eventually learn it. It turns out I just don't like it very much.
No, I like it. It's a cool. It's a lot like Picross or something like that.
Right? No, exactly. Rocket Knight Adventures.
Sure.
I think we got to consider Rocket Knight. Wasn't this the original boomer game? That
Yeah,
I
it's definitely the one that fucking she destroyed you for being 1,000
Yeah.
years old. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I was like, oh no, am I a boomer? So we got to really consider Rocket Knight. That's definitely a you had to be there kind of a thing.
What's an early FMV game? Is it just
Well, Myst is.
Okay, Myst, yeah, but I'm like
Sewer Shark is.
Yeah, but-
Night Trap.
like Rebel Assault 2 or something like
Rebel
that. It's
Assault
not-
2.
not really
Dragon's
FMV.
Lair.
Dragon's
but
Lair. Dragon's Lair is very boomery.
pretty boomery. Ooh. What about like one of the like adventure games? Oh, Seventh Guest. Oh, that's so similar to Myst though. Myst kind of speaks for Seventh Guest. Seventh Guest was just spooky Myst.
What about Police Quest or something like that?
Yeah, but yeah, there's a bunch of like you could do Police Quest, Space Quest,
Boomers
or
love
King's
cops too,
Quest.
so.
But Myst is also kind of covering this
Okay.
adventure game field pretty well, I feel like.
Yeah, probably. Sim City.
It's just like too. I mean, it's still relevant still. SimCity
Sure.
2000 definitely is a boomer game. I don't know if it's like the boomer
Yeah.
game. You know?
Yeah, totally. I agree.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Wing Commander.
Oh, I
Holy
like that
shit.
one. That
whole
covers because it's
series.
FMV, but also action and
It got a movie at one point. Fucking and Mark Hamill was like in the game, and
Yes.
no one cares about Wing Commander anymore.
Wing
They
Commander.
made a
is,
bunch of those.
Oh, that's. I think that's
That's a
making it.
fantastic. There was a lion person in it. I remember.
Yes. Oh man, I should play Wing Commander.
Yeah. Ooh, Mech Warriors.
Mech Warriors.
not
Mech Warriors is
terrible.
another really good one.
Those were very popular games.
Yes,
and
they
now
were.
It's just gone.
There was like There was like what are those battle tech centers or whatever that people would go to and
Yeah.
play them and.
I
Yeah.
remember, like, I felt like every time I went to a Best Buy, there was a new freaking a new
Can I
Mech
just
Warrior.
can I say the name of the game that sounds the most like a boomer game to me in the history of the
Commander
world?
Keen?
That's close. Tommy Lasorda's Baseball for the
Yeah,
Sega Genesis.
that's pretty funny.
Even at the time, you had to be like 50 years old to want to play Tommy Lasorda's Baseball.
It sounds like Lou Carvello's putting
It does
challenge.
sound exactly like that. Fucking
Jazz
Tommy
Jackrabbit,
Lasorda.
man. Those early like DOS side scores like Jazz Jackrabbit. God, that is so boomery.
Jet
That
Force
was Cliffy
Gemini
B,
is not a
wasn't it?
boomer game. What's that? What?
Jazz Jackrabbit. That's
Cliffy B. That's Cliff Blazinski.
Their boy Cliffy B.
Yep.
Leisure Suit Larry's pretty boomer, absolutely,
Yeah.
but also pretty charming. But again, an adventure game.
Behavior speaking teaches typing is good.
Well, that's just helpful. That still will help you out a lot. Earthworm Jim. Oh, Earthworm Jim's pretty boomery.
Yeah.
Earthworm Jim's pretty boomery.
Yeah, it also just sucks though.
No, I like Oregon.
No, it's
Oregon
not
Trail is more of a shame that game's not still important. Mine, actually, I'm trying to think. Was Oregon Trail offensive? Maybe it actually handled that stuff well. I'm not sure now. It almost certainly had to be offensive somehow. When
Well,
I really think about it.
it's a game that gamifies what is it? Not capitalism. The other bad thing.
The Westward Expansion.
Sure, yeah.
The displacement
Manifest
of
Destiny
natives.
and
Manifest Destiny is the one.
yeah. There's another one.
Oh, Jumping Flash
colonialism.
2.
Thank you, chat. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Dougman.
colonialism.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of games that gamify colonialism.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's most games actually.
What did I say? Oh, Jumping Flash 2.
Yeah, is there like so we got
game.
Myst, Wolfenstein 3D, Wing Commander. Is there any what's the most recent game that is also a boomer game?
Oh, that's interesting. Because there were some I got yelled at about that were like not very
Yeah, they're
old.
from
They're
like 6 years ago or something.
Yeah, like that's a boomer game. I was like, oh,
It's like on the Switch.
yeah, like what are you talking about? It's a boomer game.
Well, the only game that Paul Reichert plays right now is Breath of the Wild. Is Breath of the Wild a boomer game?
There you go. Literally, perhaps a boomer game. Einhander. I'm sure people think Einhander's a boomer game. But it's weird the ones that like Legend of Dragoon, people still just like talk about it and care about it. Like they would not let me call it. Is there Ridge Racer's not a boomer.
Is there like a sim? Is there like a roller coaster tycoon type game that could go up there?
Almost certainly. God, I liked Sim Golf back in the day, but I don't know if people even think about Sim Golf. I mean, he's talked about Sim City. Maybe there was like Pharaoh. Pharaoh got a remake, or like Caesar.
Like Railroad Tycoon or Theme Park, something along those lines. That feels possible.
Theme Park, Sim City 2000. There was literally a game called Sim Earth. What Sim Ant?
Yes, exactly.
It's X-Corps there. There was just so many of those sim games for a while that none of them seem to really be. It's like if I'm gonna pick one of those, it probably just has to be Sim City.
Could it be like Wii Sports because it was so popular with boomers?
No, that's not. See, that makes sense logically, but not in the spirit of how we're defining boomer.
Okay. Eco is not a boomer game. It's an educational entertainment product.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, how dare you? It's interesting. Like no one would ever call Banjo-Kazooie a boomer game, even though they haven't made a new one of those in forever. It's from this old system. Like people still just care about that.
Yeah. Well,
right?
I bet we could find someone in our audience that would call it a boomer game, Mike. Just don't challenge them like that.
Yeah.
Do we want to put one of these ones, Tecmo Bowl, Daytona, or Rocket Knight Adventures up?
I like all three of these bottom ones, maybe even more than I like. Like Wolfenstein 3D is too much of a classic, actually.
Okay,
that still matters. I think.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, Wolfenstein is like obviously been.
And Wing Commander is just like perfect.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, Wing Commander definitely goes up there.
So let's put Rocket Knight Adventures because it's like the OG boomer game. That's why we started this whole thing. I feel
I like that. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's plus like it's like the mascot side-scrolling platformer. It's great, and nobody cares because they just look at it and laugh now because it's clearly of an era. Road Rash, that's a good one.
I think Tecmo Bowl actually.
Part of me really likes Daytona USA.
I do, but it's like you still see it in every arcade, and part of me thinks that it's the one of those games that survived the longest. And it kind of makes it hard for me to accept it as a boomer game.
Can we do a chat poll? I'm just curious to see what you say. And remind everybody, not which one do you like more, which one, Tecmo Bowl or Daytona USA, is more of a boomer game? Outrun is too much of like an arcade. I don't know. I guess Outrun's pretty similar to Daytona in some ways, but I'm not sure. I'm getting interesting to see. Over my way.
Cubert's a good one, Eric.
Yeah, that's just an arcade classic, like from that era. Like all those things are kind of just live on, even still. Like say like some games are actually too old to be boomer games, like a Pitfall or NBA Jam. That game's too good. I can't do it to it.
Yeah, NBA Jams.
So Ridge Racer, like Wolf saying Ridge Racer, and like Ridge Racer 1, sure, but Ridge Racer 1 and Daytona USA were just like the two companies that made 3D games each made their 3D racer of that gen. So they're just like, it's very similar. It's kind of the same thing here. Tecmo Bowl is edging out 61%.
Yeah, and Tecmo Bowl,
I think that's fair.
The thing you said, it's like, it's kind of annoying. It's like, I used to go to school and I had to walk uphill both ways and we had to play Tecmo Bowl. That was our football game. And it was like, it feels like very much like that.
I think that's pretty good then. Maybe we could do these four with Daytona USA as our like number one runner up.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yes. So
I think that's good.
For audio listeners,
it got a little closer right at the end there, that poll, by the way, but still I think that mobile makes sense.
Yeah. And it's they're both were good options. Mount Rushmore of boomer games. For our audio listeners, we went with Tecmo Bowl, Rocket Knight Adventures, Wing Commander, and Myst. And just missing out is Daytona USA. Let's move that right there. All right, I'll take it.
It's funny that this seems to be the Mount Rushmore chat is most okay with, by the way.
All right, there's that. I'll go ahead and post
I
that for
haven't
everybody.
played a Wing. Is Wing Commander just like a worse version of those X-Wing games that people like? With like more story cutscene? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's right. I never really played the X-Wing games. I think I played a little bit of Wing Commander.
I like Kevin says like Rocket Knight Adventures is definitely a meme pick. Look at the category; it's a meme category. I don't get the Rocket Knight pick. Me neither. You all yelled at me about that. I love Rocket Knight. I like Rocket Knight Adventure more than any of you. I'll say it. I'm the biggest proponent of that game. But when I suggested it one time, everyone's like, "That's ridiculous. No one cares about that game.
That's a boomer
I don't even know
game.
what that game." Yeah,
it's only a boomer game
You
when they're
did
trying to hurt
this!
you.
Echo the Dolphin would have been a good one too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Echo the Dolphin
absolutely.
would have been a good one too. Just yeah. Well, hey, look, Mike T's right. Boomer is a stupid expression to begin with. That's why we're having fun with it.
Exactly.
They're all just good games. Golden Tea, that's funny. Derek,
Golden Tea is really good.
Golden Tea is still just they make new Golden
No, of course,
Tea.
of course. But
still
for
just a
boomers.
Yeah, for like the boomer bars, it's
Yeah,
incredible.
exactly. You'll go to like your like friend's stepmom is always at the bar, and then you end up at that bar, and she's there drinking, and then all her friends that she drink with are playing Golden Tea. That's what it feels like.
You
And
know
go
when
home
you
and
tweet
sleep
this
with
list
her.
out though, like people are gonna be like, "Oh, they're being mean to these are all good games." Well, I don't know about Wing Commander. I haven't played a Wing Commander. I think they had one for the 3DO, and I think I thought about getting it one time.
And then one of the first replies was Minesweeper. Someone said Prince of Persia or Battle Chest. That original Prince of Persia is pretty boomery.
Oh yeah, I mean cinematic platformers,
Yeah,
right?
cinematic platformers, one of my favorite genres.
I mean, hell, freaking Blackgate or whatever the one Blizzard made. That's pretty boomery.
Blackthorn?
Another World.
Blackthorn's
Blackthorn.
fucking boomer as hell. Oh, man.
It's literally starring a boomer.
Yeah. Don't tread on me. I'm Blackthorn.
I have a shotgun
Yeah.
and like metal rock band hair.
Okay. Mike, what have you been playing?
Zelda. We've been talking about it. We'll talk about that more on Nintendogs probably.
There's a lot of other stuff happening though, which is very
is
frustrating that people
It's
didn't realize
very
they
hard.
needed to get out of the way of Zelda, because they should have got out of the way of Zelda. Now, there's a
Even,
couple
like-
games that could stand up to it, but barely.
Even like back, like I was looking forward to all these June games, and I was like, oh, cool. So I'll play Zelda in April, and then I'll play, or in May, and I'll play these other 3 games in June. Doesn't work that way. Zelda's still happening. I wish these games there was a bit more of a birth there, and then these 3 big games: Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 16, Diablo 4, all next month. It's actually insane. But I'm still doing like my bullshit, like playing through Dark Forces and having
Right.
a really good time with it. I think I talked about before, but there's this sort of community fan-made new engine thing called the Force Engine that lets you run that game on modern PCs flawlessly. It works so well. You get some extra options. It looks fantastic. It's an incredible tool. So if you ever thought about playing Dark Forces, if you buy the game on Steam or GOG or wherever, you just need to have a copy of the game, and then you just run this thing called the Force Engine, which you can get on GitHub. Just Google Force Engine. You just direct the directory thing to wherever your game file is, and it just works. It works so well. I had a great time. It's definitely my favorite of like that era of shooters, like the Doom and the Doom clones kind of thing. It's just because it's all that original trilogy Star Wars stuff. It looks great in that kind of like style. The MIDI music is incredible. It's some of the best MIDI composition. LucasArts was so good at MIDI music with Michael Lynn and some of those other composers and sound technicians that they had there. It just sounds great. It's definitely a trip just playing through that whole thing. It was a fun time.
Yeah, I messed around with that a little bit before, like I mentioned, and I was just like, yeah, this looks so good. It plays so well. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm glad you played through that. The other stuff, I played a little bit more Shadows of Doubt. I got the 4090, so I was messing around with like Cyberpunk and seeing how that looked with ultra settings and actually like insane RTX settings. It looked really great. I'm not gonna play that game again. But it was cool to test that stuff out. Really just kind of setting up the new computer has been the other thing I've really been doing besides playing Zelda. But no, Zelda's been mostly it. We will be continuing to talk about it pretty much on all our shows for the next couple of weeks. So look out for that. I do want to beat Case of the Golden Idol. I lost my save, so I was like halfway through that game and I lost it, and I've been going back and replaying stuff because it got corrupted. because that DLC is coming out like by next week or so, or maybe it might already be out, but it's coming out very soon. So I really want to play some more Case of the Golden Idol. Really enjoyed that. So that's the other thing I've been poking around at, but it's just replaying the stuff I had already previously played. And then, stuff I can't talk about. I was about to say that, but I think I can't talk about that. Yeah, me too. It's like, I think we're probably playing different things we can't talk about. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot. There is a ton of stuff happening right now. So I guess pay attention to these shows. But like I said, in 3 weeks, we're going to be in LA. So we're going to run out of time here very quickly. So I'm giving myself permission to mostly just talk about Zelda for the next couple of weeks, even though all these other things are happening.
Yep, absolutely. It's more important than ever. You don't have to play everything right away. Especially for reviews. I like even on GamesBeat, we did our review for Dead Island 2 way after the fact because it's just, there's not that many of us. We'll get to it, whatever. And actually did good traffic. And it's just such unless you're like a GameSpot or an IGN where we have to have the review on the embargo because it's just kind of expected. I think more places should not worry about. Yeah,
I always found that our reviews on GamesBeat that came later often did pretty well.
They often did better.
Yes.
I mean, if you're a site of our size, you're just going to be another score people scroll past on Metacritic.
Exactly.
If you just come out the same time as everybody else.
Right. If you come out later, I think Google's like, oh, fresh information about this thing that people are still interested in. That kind of helps out a little bit. But yeah, and then we're still playing a lot of fun games over on Giant Bomb. So it's like, we're still playing Four Swords Adventure, which we got through that tough quest level that people said we'd have trouble with. We got through that today. I am having fun with that game. That's a good time.
I am too, and I had fun this last time. For some reason, we just got stuck. We just couldn't figure out one thing the last time we were playing through that. It was starting to get frustrating, and this time we kind of got through it pretty smoothly. I can't believe how well it works too, using the Dolphin net play. By the way, that
continues to be flawless. Of course, knock on wood. I'm sure that just cursed us, but yeah, I put a 9-frame buffer on there, and that causes a little bit of delay for everybody, but it's fine.
I don't even notice.
We don't notice it at all. Because 9 frames, it's a lot for a lot of games. It's not a lot for a game like this, and we are. Other than that, it's all working really great. We can't use save states, but of course you can, because that's syncing that stuff over other multiple machines will be challenging. So we're just using the in-game save system, and we have to get through the levels, and that's fine. But it's been very, very cool. And then I've been watching you play RoboCop. I'm really enjoying that, and that's been good.
It's my fault because I was almost starting to be I kind of like playing RoboCop. I know it's a bad game, but it's kind of fun. Blah blah blah. It pretty much broke. I'm not gonna say it almost broke me. It broke me today.
Flight Club will always bite back. Absolutely.
Yeah, it will. I was I'm actually playing, the game sucks, but we're having a good time. No. So look out for the next episode of Robo Mitch, everybody. Yep. It was something.
All right. I'm going to hit the music, Mike. You good to get out of here?
We got one more super chat that came in, actually, and it was from the Uncharted Wolf, who says, Imran, that would be Imran Khan, replied to the Rushmore tweet saying, Mario. Well,
wow. I'm going to uninvite him for the couch.
There you go. Yeah, I wonder, what else have people been saying to your tweet?
Yeah, let's see here. A lot of Rocket Knight doesn't make a lot of sense.
I agree. Oh my god, you assholes!
Yeah, but these are people that just aren't gonna Rocket Knight.
Well, it's an intentionally obtuse thing we're doing here. It's funny.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think you are allowed to. Hey, Jake, how's it going, man? You are allowed to hit that music.
All right, that's gonna be playing right now. Let me turn it up for everybody.
I met Jake. No, it wasn't Summer Game Fest.
Thanks, Jake.
Back when there was that Santa Monica pre E3.
Oh, you met him at Judges Week. So. Judges Week?
Yeah, I think I met him at Judges Week. I just remember hanging out in a hotel bar with him, Andrea, Renee, and some other people. It's good times.
You'll
take us out, Jeff.
You'll hopefully meet Jake again here pretty soon, so that'll be fun.
Oh, fun.
God damn it, Christian.
F.
I give him the power, and of course he's going to use it. That's fun stuff, though. All right, Mike, where can people find you on the internet, man?
Twitter, Twitch, Koto, Blue Sky. Probably start using that more.
Oh, so, yeah. Blue Sky.
Kotos, people are getting their codes and stuff there. But yeah, check out that Giant Bomb stuff. We also did a voicemail dump truck. I'm losing it. Voicemail dump truck was also a good time. Yeah, I am. There's a lot to do. I am just mentally exhausted thinking about all of it.
Yep. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Play a bunch of
show's
Zelda.
always fun.
Yep, it's been fun. It's been a fun week. Friday, you Giant Bomb. Everyone should tune into that stuff. We'll have UPF. I think we're gonna do kind of a catch-up episode where we do play some of these other games that have been coming out. I still want to play Dredge. It's like, oh man, my chance to miss Dredge is like passed me by. I might play Shadows of Doubt on UPF though. We got some stuff we're gonna catch up on. But yeah, other than that, we'll be back with another new episode of this show next week. We'll have last of the Nintendogs on Tuesday. And yeah, I don't know, Mike, you got any plans? But kids we have the Mario movie at home, but they want to go back to the movie theater and watch it there again as well. I'm
that's
like,
cute.
maybe. We'll think about it. Steph's out of town.
That's cute.
Soon,
maybe
so
we need to be
go do that.
reasonable.
Yeah.
There's gonna be new kids movies soon that they might want to.
There's Little Mermaid, and I just don't know how much that's gonna hit for them.
Yeah.
There's not actually that many kids movies coming out this year. This summer.
You know what? It's slightly like my nephews are slightly older. I know like they're excited for probably that and like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's maybe a bit much.
Spider-Man.
For kids,
Addie really likes Spider-Man, so maybe we'll see.
Maybe.
Thanks everybody. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.
Oh shit, Street Fighter 6 open beta.
Have fun, I guess.
Finish him.
Look, I'll say it. You should probably have to see Seaman at some point. Fat ass white girl.